Psychic Dolphin Garage.
So, do you share Netflix with someone? Is that why it's big for you?
Yeah, I mooch off of my mom like a lot of people in their 20s.
It's not
And
mooching, okay? We all purchase one streaming service and then we share it between the seven of us, okay?
yeah, exactly. It's it's communist streaming services. Although it's like we have Fubo, I don't know what the fuck it's called. Because it's apparently much better than Hulu at like live TV, and my dad watches a lot of sports, and
Okay.
they do have this program in place where it's like if they can tell that it's like being used by people in different locations, it will try to shut you down from using it. And
Gotcha.
so when I get up on Saturday mornings to watch Premier League, I'm usually fighting with someone at my parents' house because it'll be like, we detected that it's open in too many locations. And then if you press OK, it'll kick the other person off where they are and let you
Nice.
watch more. So it's just
Nice.
a battle over the service between me and my mom and dad.
Oh, that's real good. See, that's why Netflix introduced you have multiple profiles and you can have up to 4 devices streaming it.
Yeah.
Like they knew what they were getting into with that. If everyone just had like a $10 add-on where it's like, sure, fine, you can have 2 devices streaming at the same time. It's an easy $10.
Yeah, I mean, it also they've been like making jokes about this for a long time about like sharing your password with other people. Like they tweeted something like, "Oh, it's a sign of love. Share your password or whatever." And now they're like, actually, we're gonna fucking knock your door down and shoot you in the head if you even open Netflix up on your phone while you have it up on your TV."
We have 17 federal judges who have signed no-knock raid warrants, and we're working on 87 more right now.
No, it literally is like that. That's what the Fubo feels like, at least. It's like, excuse me, are you paying $99 a month for this streaming service and think that you can use it in 2 homes? Like, fucking privileged piece of shit.
What's next? Fox News is going to come to us and have us get our TV licenses.
Yeah. Actually, with Fox News, you have to have it open on multiple TVs at the same time.
Okay.
Just in case you move rooms, you want to make sure you don't miss 1 second of it.
Exactly. Yeah. If you don't have the certified, oh God, what's the TVs that can like see that you're looking at them,
Yeah.
then you have to have it streaming on multiple devices at all times.
Like an eye tracker for your TV. Just like,
Yeah.
it's always running in the background on your phone. You can't turn the sound off either. Which is like a reality of in a waiting room at like a doctor's office. Someone's always playing like a Fox News, some elderly person sitting there playing a video way too fucking loud.
Might I interest you in this cool thing Apple has called AirPods? Oh, wow, your iPhone is really, oh, I see. Okay. All right, then. It's kind of the way it was with like AM radio. I grew up on like job sites and it felt like everyone either had AM radio or they had, I'm in Houston, so it's like mariachi music. So the two things that never turned off my brain until I got my nice office job. So I think it's very important that we all listen to Netflix HR at this time. This is apparently not supposed to be like rolled out. It was leaked that they were doing this in a couple countries.
Oops, their thumb slipped.
Yeah, wow, that darn person who leaked this to us.
That goddamn intern who's working for slave wages for our company. That goddamn bitch pressed the button. I can't even believe they did it.
Almost as big of an outcry as like the OGL D&D Beyond fiasco had. And I'm just saying, if we can bond together and do this, we can bond together and unionize any industry in the US.
It is crazy though how quickly they had to be like, obviously it wasn't a mistake, right? Like they were gonna fucking do it, and then the outcry was so strong. People were just so pissed that they were like, Never mind.
Hmm.
It was
Hmm.
an accident. So if we can just bring that same energy to everything in life, just be really pissed about it until they have to like listen to us.
Exactly, exactly. That's the beauty. That's the beauty of what actual democracy feels like is that you don't have to be nice and you don't have to, be very proper when you address people. You tell them to shut the fuck up and you stop giving them their money.
Yeah, you just, threaten to kill the CEO of Netflix over this. And then they might listen to you.
Oh God, no. I don't have the number of Facebook accounts I used to have to be able to do that.
I only use Facebook for Facebook Marketplace. Honestly, I've pretty much gotten all the furniture I own now from Facebook Marketplace for free or close to free.
Oh yes.
I can't
It's
imagine like making a post anymore. Like maybe like a major life update. Like, hey, I haven't posted anything on here for 6 years, but I wanted to let everyone know that I got married, I guess. So see you when I die. They have to update my page.
There are like three people whose stuff I will comment on, but everything else is like either in groups or Marketplace has almost fully replaced Craigslist.
Oh yeah, Craigslist is so obsolete now. Marketplace is the goat. So I guess congratulations to monopolies. They've won.
The forums are officially dead. The Discord like live service is full steam ahead. So,
Yeah.
oh God, terrible. Terrible. I hate that I love it, but it's, I'm fully in boomer territory admitting that I still log into Facebook and use their services. So,
I can't really
RIP.
I grew up in a like really shit neighborhood, so all the people I have on Facebook are from my hometown. And like the discourse, I use Twitter like religiously. That's my platform. I hate it so much, but I'm on it like a disgusting amount of hours a day.
Hmm.
It's open on my other monitor right now. But um so my Facebook is super cursed. It's like people having discourse that I saw 8 years ago on Twitter. It's like people are arguing about whether or not white people can still say the N word on my Twitter, on my Facebook. That's what's going on there. And like every once in a while, I'll get a friend request from some guy whose name is like young Chacho, and it's a picture of him with a baby on his lap holding up like six guns. So my Facebook is so fucking cursed, but not in the like conservative boomer posting, but in the like low income neighborhood kids posting discourse sort of situation.
Hell yeah. It's got like the iFunny watermark on it, and now
Yeah.
it's like from a TikTok compilation.
Yeah. There's fucking 9gag memes and shit.
Oh.
Just like I didn't even think you could still see things like this on the internet. I was sure that these sites were all shut down years ago, but Facebook is single-handedly keeping them alive.
Hell yeah. Everything old is new again, and it just there's new platforms to put it on. But everybody that was posting like stupid shit in 2016 when I was in these weird political groups on Facebook is still
Mm-hmm.
posting the same stupid shit on there. So it's a nice break from Twitter discourse, but I don't know if I would call it refreshing
Yeah.
as much as like resetting myself to go back into like, oh God, what's new today? I have to look at the trending tab and see what heinous shit somebody has posted.
Yeah, it really is like there's like a billion people on Facebook or something insane like that, but
Hmm.
all of them are still living in like 2015, 2016, which is like definitely a different type of brain rot from Twitter. Like and TikTok. Like people on TikTok and Twitter are arguing about whether or not like a 2 year age gap is problematic. And Facebook is just like calling women whores and it's like, huh, okay. They're still making the like attack helicopter jokes on Facebook, and Twitter is like, is it transphobic for a guy to be kind of cute?
Guilty as charged. Um, I think Twitter has done more to force us to be adept at changing our arguments it's kind of everybody that got tired of doing the same arguments on Facebook, like immediately found a home on Twitter because you're not
Yeah.
arguing about the same thing every week. You don't have someone new coming in, and now you have to update Bert from Wyoming on exactly what the group thinks, and then everybody posts the same things that they have to him, 16 times. It's the same 16 people that are a part of every comment thread. So
Yeah.
never change, Facebook, never change.
Yeah, I shouldn't talk too much shit about Facebook because that's where I get most of the views for the videos I've
Oh,
made.
good.
Which is crazy because I don't fucking use it. So I hardly ever look.
That is,
Um,
see, that's Facebook is like the platform where you can do the most organic growth
yeah.
without like the most work, but they have like a hard limit. Like there are a couple we started as like meme pages, running that as like social media, dipping our toes into it before we did the podcast.
Hmm.
And some of those pages are like after they hit 50,000 followers, they just die in terms of engagement because they need you to pay.
Yeah.
And
I'm
it's
like,
like,
yeah.
three HelloFresh uh sponsorships a month would probably, break the ceiling there for us until we hit the second ceiling, of course.
Mhm. I Yeah, so I have like have a unique, I guess, sort of interaction with Facebook and like the posting on it because I work for TYT, so my videos that go on Facebook are through them. So I get paid through them, regardless. So unless I'd like hit my bonus for the month, if I get over 1 million views, I like hardly ever check. And I like went back because I got my bonus and I was like, what video did well enough for this to happen? And it like I make these videos that are like political and they're supposed to be, I put some time and effort into them. And then the video that got me my bonus was woman lies and gets DoorDash driver fired. It got like 4 million views. And I'm like, of course, it's one of the videos that it took like 5 minutes to make. And I did like no commentary on that like blows up. Or the other one that did so well was deer falls off the waterfall and lives. And I was like, are we fucking joking? Like I put like some real time and effort into the videos that are like, labor movement grows as Starbucks attacks workers, and it's like
60 views.
60 views, and
Yep.
then deer falls off waterfall, 6 million views.
God. Speaking of TYT, why don't you introduce yourselves to everybody? Yourselves.
There's
All of
multiple of me, all Rayyvanas.
perfect. You're seated in the Council of Rayyvanas. Introduce yourself. Tell us a little about yourself and what you do.
Yeah, I'm Rayyvana. I stream politics on Twitch on my own channel, twitch.tv/Rayyvana. Always be plugging. And I work for TYT. I'm a content creator for them. I make videos for their Rebel HQ channels on Facebook and YouTube, and I host a lot. Like I'm a guest host for a lot of their shows, so you can see me on there. I'm a law student in my last semester, the final push before I graduate and life begins, and I'm out of school for the first time in I don't 20 years, 22 years. But yeah, I do disability law, so I do civil rights cases for disabled people who have been discriminated against, so I talk a lot about that. I'm a mouthy broad. I talk a lot of shit on my Twitch channel and on Twitter. It's at Rayyvana TTV because at Rayyvana is being sat upon by this woman who hasn't tweeted since 2007. So I can't get that but yeah, so I do content creation. I have a podcast called Taking the L because I'm a bad person. I'm a podcaster too, of course. So that's on all streaming platforms. Yeah, that's about it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show. As always, I'm Zach. And on Psychic Dolphin Garage, we also have Bad Posting Brain. And this is the only way that we can get it out.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, Kelton and I we had enough fun doing it that we thought, golly gee, surely someone else out there might enjoy some of this. And so now we do the endless content creation, telling ourselves, of course, that it's leftist propaganda, I guess.
Yeah.
Which, maybe a little bit more real for you, since you have the cool title and work with some of the bigger people out there.
Yeah,
But
which is it's interesting because I got the job by winning a contest. So I don't know. It wasn't like on my laurels or on the merits. I made a video where I said fuck a bunch of times, and then they gave me a job.
Very nice, very nice. I love it. This is a great time to be online and,
Yeah,
and participating. So very cool stuff. Much more. It sounds like you have a much more serious, some much more serious stuff that you do that's really cool. Um, especially since you're gonna kind of maybe move into law as like your full-time gig, and then Twitch will just kind of be for funsies.
yeah. We'll see. I love my job. I love what I do. It's really rewarding, but a lot of my job is talking to elderly people on the phone, and I have to talk to a lot of people who have dementia or Alzheimer's. So I was on the phone, which is super frustrating. That and like talking to people who are recovering from strokes on the phone, which like God bless them, they're going through something horrible, but like please just send me an email. Like this I'm sorry, this is not a form of communication that's going to work. But like the older people who have dementia, I mentioned that because the other day someone called me the N-word on the phone, and I was like, sir,
Okay.
you are way off base. Like I don't know where that came from. Like I guess I'd rather you say it to me than a black person, but like he just got confused in the middle of the phone call and just called me the N-word and hung up. And I was like, yeah, I'm not calling you back. Fuck that.
Check mark on that one. All right, cool.
Yeah, honestly, I hope your problem gets worse now. Like,
Oh,
fuck
no.
you, dude.
God. Yeah, so in the industry we call that an exciting workplace. You have to be very flexible, roll with the punches.
Yeah. Keeps me on my
Christ.
toes. Who knows what slur they're going to call me today? Or actually, today I had some guy who was complaining about Nigerians who do Uber delivery. And I
I
was like,
can't.
please stop.
Is he just ordering Uber delivery all the time? And there's just that
His,
that's keeping
yeah.
him alive, literally keeping him alive, and he's complaining
his,
about it.
his voicemail for me, he was like, I'm having trouble getting things delivered that I need for like medical purposes. So I called him back and I was talking to him. He's having trouble getting beer delivered on Uber. I was like, you need beer for your medical condition? I
Absolutely.
his
Without my six pack of Coors Banquet, how am I going to make it through the day?
his medical condition is not having good enough a time. And
Uh,
so beer is his medicine, his remedy.
oh, wow. Look, buddy, all of us, none of us are having a good enough time, I don't think.
It's crazy though, because his problem is definitely an actual one, and I'm probably gonna take the case. But it's just such a funny set of circumstances. Like, are we really gonna sue Uber because you have a hard time getting your beer? But like, yeah, we probably are.
The beer's hopefully not the only thing,
No, it's
but
he
it was the
has
first one that he brought up.
it's actually the only one because which is great. It's like he has I guess it's not attorney client privilege, and I'm not given any in identifiable information in case
Cool.
anyone was thinking about reporting me to the bar, suck my ass.
Perfect.
But
Perfect.
he has one of those IDs that doesn't expire or expires in like 2099 because the Secretary of State in Illinois gives those to disabled veterans.
Okay.
And when they scan his ID when he gets the beer delivered, they won't give it to him because apparently Uber won't accept those IDs, but like that's a real form of ID that they give to disabled veterans. So it's like, yeah, that's actually a discriminatory problem.
This is
But it's so funny that it's like
so
the discrimination he's facing is that he can't have a cold one.
This is like me trying to get my I work in IT. This is like me trying to get my users to tell me what their problem is. And they're trying to explain to me how this Excel spreadsheet that they've had for like 12 years to do this very important part of their job, like can no longer connect to a share. And I'm just like, all right, ignoring the Excel, that issue. Yeah, let's check on these credentials you're using.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's
One of
that's
my
that's
favorite
an
shows
interesting
is,
problem though. Yeah, I
yeah.
definitely, yeah. Sorry, go on.
One of my favorite shows is the IT Crowd. I mean, fuck Grand Lineham. That guy's a piece of shit, the creator
Yeah.
of the show. But like, I can just imagine all the times people like are having an issue, and the issue is like that they need to turn their computer on, or like it's like the desktop is powered off. It's like just turn it on, turn it off, and back on again. Like,
Mm-hmm.
just try again, buddy.
I every job that I've had, so I started like help desk where it was literally going to like the nice accountant lady and talk to her about what her grandchildren did this weekend, and then like reboot her computer because she left it on the whole weekend and it has a Windows update now. And then I've moved up to the point where now I'm talking to like the level two supports at the other big company, and I'm telling them how to do this thing that's like, I'm like, why don't they know how to do that? I'm like, no, no, that used to be me. So everybody needs somebody to support them now. So my problems are way harder,
Yeah.
but way more fun to do.
Mm.
So it's yeah, no, every meme is true. Silicon Valley. I It hurts me inside every time. I've watched about half of it now. I'm
Yeah.
very slow at actually watching things that are uh pop culturally relevant to me.
Hmm.
But that one's really good. So, but I guess speaking of transphobic slurs, we're all playing the Harry Potter game now, aren't we?
Yeah, apparently. I think that it's like one of the funniest discourses because I fully understand why people are like, don't buy it. Because J.K. Rowling is a piece of shit. And she was like, all of the royalties I get from the game, I'm going to donate to anti trans causes, which is like just such hater shit. Like, what
It's
the.
she's like, it's not even like, oh, leaning into like transphobia. Yeah, it's just full on like, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. Like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
She's like, I'm going to donate all my money to killtranspeople.org. Like, that's what I'm fucking doing with it. But people's reactions to it has been so insane. They're like, you can't tell me not to play this game. There's no ethical consumption under capitalism. But it's like, are you going to die if you don't play the game? I just like, I don't get it. Like, is Harry Potter still relevant? I'm like, when I was in third grade, it was cool, but
I tell you to read a book, but you just reread Harry Potter, wouldn't you? You're sick. You're sick.
And those books were like, they seemed good to me when I was a kid, but like looking back on them now, it's like she really hates fat people. So if
Yeah.
you like look at the way she describes the characters who are evil, they're always like disgustingly obese and like sweaty and slimy, and grease is dripping down their face and they're corpulent fucks. And it's like, damn, say what you really mean, J.K.
It's
Rowling.
it's very much the way Hirohiko Araki hates dogs. The way people say they say that he hates dogs because um every JoJo story, the bad guy always just beats up a dog for no reason.
Oh no.
It's yeah. I, what's even the draw of like revisiting the bad YA novel that you read as a child and imprinted too heavily upon you
Yeah,
to
it's
play a
like
game about, sorry if this is spoilers, but it's about quelling the uprising of the house slaves. They are house elves, but they're house slaves that are trying to free themselves.
there's no way that's the plot of the game. Are you
it's
serious?
it's the house elves are going to revolt and they want to be free from their like being enslaved by all of the magicians.
And you can't like
And
fight on the side of the house
you
elves,
play on the
like
side of the like of
the
the
slavers.
bankers, the
Oh,
the bankers that J.K. Rowling put in as like
Jewish
a Jewish
stereotypes. Yeah.
stereotype who are, and you have to quell the revolt.
That's fucking crazy. I have no idea. Like, it is
It's
so like fucked up. Like, and if you think about the books, it's like Harry defeats the bad guy just to become a cop.
Yeah.
Like that was
He,
his ambition, was to become a fucking cop.
my whole family died being police, and now I'm gonna go follow in their footsteps. Like it's fully like U.S. military dynasty kind of bullshit. Like
It's so pathetic.
he
Yeah.
beat him because he was just the one.
Yeah, he was
It's
special, but also like not
he's the
particularly
guy.
good at anything.
Yeah, he was really bad at everything. Like Ron Weasley was a better wizard than he was.
Yeah.
And it just because he had to work harder, and Hermione was better at wizarding because she literally studied like like that, like she spent like what, like a year like studying double time
Yeah.
or some shit. Yeah, like I don't know. Can we get a Percy Jackson video game? I would love a Percy Jackson video game.
Those were
We
my
c-
favorite
we
books.
can forget the Percy Jackson movie adaptations. They were mid. Okay,
Yeah.
we can admit that. I've grown a little bit as a person. I'm willing to admit that. But a video game of that would be sick. Like even like a God of War style video game.
Yeah, I think that there's just so much there with like the Greek mythology, and people are really drawn to it, and it's like a world that already existed, and then Rick Riordan's like interpretation of how they would interact with one another, I think, was like really solid, and it stands up, like it stands the test of time, and they're like actually working towards something, and their interactions are a lot less like there's this evil that we need to defeat in the world, and like the people who are evil actually have motivations, as opposed to like the Harry Potter books where it's just like he's evil because he's evil and that's all you need to know. Like he's a bad guy.
Yeah, yeah. He kicked a dog.
Yeah, he beat the shit out of a dog, so we gotta stop him. But it's like they humanize like Voldemort or whatever to a certain extent, and then it's like, yeah, he had a really tough life, and then he became bad, and he's still bad, and there's no more human left in him, and like that's it.
Yeah, it also like incorporates characters with different backgrounds, with sad stories, with happy stories,
Mm-hmm.
and I if I'm remembering correctly, there's even like queer representation inside of there.
There is, and there's no characters that are like racistly named, like Cho Chang and Harry
Oh
Potter,
God.
or the black character's last name was Shacklebolt, which is just absolutely like the only black guy in the whole Harry Potter series. His name is Shacklebolt. Like, are you kidding me?
Surely the editor like said something about that, right? Like,
you
hey, we
you'd
should
have to
change this.
imagine.
Absolutely. How do you release? It was earlier in the 21st century.
Yeah, or she was like, there is a Jewish wizard. His name is Goldfarb. Like, or
Oh,
I do love her like after the fact being like, yeah, Dumbledore was gay and Hermione is black, which is like, no, she's not. She is not a black character, but she's like, oh yeah, she's probably black. It's like you wrote the book.
you
You wrote
wrote the
about
book.
her pale skin. You know that she's not fucking black.
Exactly. Yeah. So, Rick Riordan writes a book series which, not only like takes away from that like coming of age like movies that everybody latched onto, because it does a better job of showing how people grow up in a real sense, but then he just keeps releasing them and releasing them and releasing them.
Mm-hmm.
And he keeps going through all the different pantheons. My God. Better than the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Way better. He's a great author, and not just like for children's books. Like he's a good writer. He writes stories that are like relatable. I mean, if you think even just to the first Percy Jackson book, like he's covering topics like isolation
Hmm.
that people feel at the age like when they are, going through puberty. They're like turning 13 or whatever, and like he does it in like a kind of obvious way, but it's like that's kind of how you have to write it when your book is for children, and the characters age in a way that like keeps up with the aging of the readers. And like Harry Potter never really did that. It was like, yeah, the books got more serious and dark, but it wasn't like the characters still always felt like they're just kids. And I don't know. Also, there, what's that professor in the Harry Potter books that's like clearly mentally ill and like they're just so mean to her for no reason. Like they despise this woman for being mentally ill. Like the
Uh,
woman who reads the tea leaves.
yeah, it was oh God, I'm thinking Anna Kendrick. I know the actress's name. Emma Thompson was the actress. Professor Sybil Trelawney.
Yeah, Trelawney.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have Hermione just like viciously hate her and berate her like this mentally ill
She's just like a
woman.
very nice, and in the movie she's like kind of just like a weird like a hippie grandma.
Yeah.
And she's reading the tea leaves, and she was like, and she like read their futures, and it was great. And then everyone's like, God, she's fucking, can we just throw her out or something? Like
It's yeah, they're bad books. Like also there's like just some major plot holes. Like in one book, you mentioned that Hermione's like doing double studying or whatever. She's using like I think they're time turners
mhm.
to attend more classes. And like and then they just don't exist. The time turners in the next book, and people apparently were pointing this out to her. So then in the next book, she just has Neville crash into a shelf that apparently was housing every time turner in existence and break them all because of her very obvious plot hole. Because it's like you could just change the entire world with this. Why are they fucking not using the time turner to like go back in time and stop bad things
it's a
from happening?
it's a dungeon master that really let that one session get very out of hand. We were all really
Yeah.
drunk, and he just said yes to a couple things, and he really had, he had to find a way to undo that. So
Yeah, that was like how Michael Sarah became a canon character in one of my D&D sessions.
oh,
And then
good,
the next
yes.
week we really had to try to rein things in.
We've been I've been playing an artificer, and I've been trying to convince my dungeon master to let me create nuclear fission in our sword and sandals world, and he will not. He refuses.
I feel like every D&D sesh needs like a DM that is a brick wall. It's not gonna allow things in like Michael Sarah, for instance. Just like the guardian of keeping the train on the tracks.
Exactly. This isn't a Rick and Morty adventure. It's not 20 minutes in and out, okay?
Yeah, no
Four
one is
hours of
messaging underage girls
oh
telling them that they should start whoring themselves out.
God. Yeah, we're very much on the rails, and you have to calculate your carry capacity. Thank you.
I never like got into Rick and Morty, but I never had any real interest in it. So I'm here for all of the what's his Justin Roiland hate.
Yes.
I'm prepared for it. I've been hating him for a long time for no reason. So now I'm really grateful to finally have a fucking reason to
It
dislike him.
it's like if you took the McElroy brothers and you took like all the bad things out of them and you put them into one person. Just like, how do you like that guy? Okay, whatever. I think Rick and Morty felt like Futurama when
Hmm.
I had already watched Futurama like 10 times through. And I was just like, I mean, it's funny and it's in space, and that's good enough for me,
Yeah.
which is why I
I've
also prefer Starfinder over 5e, but you know.
I always liked Futurama. I like Futurama, Robot Chicken,
Hmm.
those types of shows. And I think at a certain point I had just had enough. I had seen good cartoons made for adults, and I was like, all right, I don't think there's going to be another good one, so I'm going to stop watching them.
That's
Although
it.
Smiling Friends is very good, I do like that show.
Yeah, I delved deep into like all the weird Adult Swim shows. It just it itched a part of my brain that now I just watch anime to itch.
Mm.
Uh, all of the Super Jail, China, Illinois, um, are the two of the big ones that stick out as
Hmm.
these are these are great. Because you can do stuff with animation that's absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, uh, God, I if I could rewatch all of Adult Swim in just one big long binge, I would be lost. I would be lost for a while. I just need to do that my next work vacation. I just need to take a week off and just do that.
Yeah. I was just rewatching all of it's not Adult Swim. I think they're on IFC. Whitest Kids You Know. And
Yes.
that show was so fucking good. I saw it for the first time when I must have been like 10 or 12 or something. And I knew immediately, like, this is something I should not be watching. Like, this is not something that at my age I should be consuming. So I would like watch it in secret and then perform it for my friends at school. So who weren't allowed to watch it. And they thought I was the funniest thing. And I'm just doing bits I saw them do on fucking Whitest Kids You Know.
Hell yeah. God, finding the most niche YouTube channel possible to steal ideas from. I
Yeah.
I, I why does kid you know it couldn't happen today actually.
It would
But,
be canceled
oh
today.
God, they'd be, these liberals out here, they can't handle comedy.
Which is funny considering like there's an episode or there's a sketch where he's talking about, he's talking to a baby and he's like, global warming is going to end the world before you can have any type of future. And and if you make it to adulthood, you're going to have crushing student loan debt. But yeah, conservatives will still be like, no, that show is very conservative, actually, because sometimes they would show tits.
Oh, damn. Yeah, why does kid you know has had a better arc almost than Bo Burnham. Bo Burnham sold out and
Yeah.
WKUK never did.
Yeah. Now I guess they can't. Which is like, I guess a sort of dark thing for me to say, considering the guy died. But yeah, I don't know. Like everyone was so hyping up the Bo Burnham's Inside, and I watched it and I was like, like, I don't know. I liked him when I was younger because I thought some of the songs were funny, but like as an adult who is sort of, I don't know, just like playing up the isolation of the pandemic, it's just like, bro, like FaceTime exists. You didn't have to do this to yourself. Like, I don't know, like it's you were in here for an entire year. Like
I
you could have seen your friends. You didn't
I
have to do this.
isolated myself. Dog, I like was on Discord every night and I played like 3,000 hours of Minecraft. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. Like I reached level 99 cooking in RuneScape. Like you could have done
Yes.
something productive with your fucking pandemic.
I reached a base 80s the first 2 months actually.
Yeah.
I don't know how long it actually takes to reach base 80, but not 2 months. God, well, and Zach Kreger, didn't he wrote Barbarian, didn't he?
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
so like, we're starting to see them like reach like also that like mid-age period where they're doing like real art, I guess. But watching like all the YouTubers turn to like longer form, better produced stuff and getting to see like how they age in
Or
is
don't.
or don't. Yeah, if you start out as a comedian of any sort, um, the College Humor folks who now
Hmm.
do Dimension 20 and do
Yeah.
like all the campaigns, and they have Sam Riegel has like his two shows, and they do all sorts of like 30-minute shows now, which are much more refined
Yeah.
than their little sketch stuff. Very, very fun to see.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Like it was so I don't know, like with Bo Burnham, because we were talking about him, it was just sort of like I don't know, this feels very different than the other stuff that you've done in the past. And like I can tell that it was very personal for you, but like maybe you should have kept it personal because I don't think that I needed to see this. I don't think I needed to see you like go insane after forcibly isolating yourself in a I don't know, a garage. Like I didn't get the concept. I still don't.
I I think he just I think he struck the pan first
Yeah.
while there was still like a lack of pandemic media.
Hmm.
Have you watched Glass Onion?
I haven't yet. It's on my list. I was just rewatching Breaking Bad so that I could start Better Call Saul. So I'm booked up for a
Ah,
while.
gotcha. Yeah. You have to slot that one in there.
Yeah.
We did a review of it a little while back. Um,
People really
uh,
like it. I heard it's really good.
it's fantastic. If Daniel Craig and if Daniel Craig can just play that character for the rest of all time and just relax and have fun and he and Rian Johnson can just do cool little like mystery movies once every 2 years and release them to streaming services.
Hmm.
Just chef's kiss on that man's career.
I'll say one thing that I've really liked that sort of changed during the pandemic was during the pandemic, as if it's over. But I
It
guess in
ended, okay?
people's hearts and minds, it's fucking over. So they got
I wear a
tired of
mask, so it's
yeah.
not over, but whatever.
I wear I wear a mask because I take public transit and that shit stinks. Like not that it's bad, but it quite literally stinks. So the mask is like a barrier for the smell. But yeah, like it was the direct to streaming, releases of movies. I have been a day one hater of movie theaters, and sometimes I say that and people act like I kick the shit out of a dog. Um, but like I don't want to go to a big room where it's cold, where a
hmm
million people before me have sat in the seat and done God knows what else. People who
That's
probably don't wash their ass, and like I can't pause it if I have to go to the bathroom, and like if I bring in an entire bottle of wine in my coat pocket and they see me and they like get all up in arms about it, like I'd much rather just watch it in my house where I can put on subtitles and pause it to go to the bathroom.
Yep, yep. You're talking to the person who went and saw Avatar Way of the Water 3 times in theaters.
Oh my God. Is it that
Uh,
good?
it's so good. I'm also a crier, and like this, the second and the third time, I just cried the whole movie. So
The entire, like during the like opening
the
credits, you're
opening
like
credits, I'm just
sobbing.
like,
The
oh no,
previews for
we're
the
here
coming
again.
attractions, you're just crying your eyes out.
I also watched it in the 40X. We have a 40X theater
Hmm.
because we don't have an IMAX theater in Houston, like a real IMAX theater. I go
Okay.
watch it in 40X, and the seats move, and they spray you with water, and they have the big fans on the walls that below
They
you as they're.
spray you with water.
It's like a Disney ride. They have like nozzles on the front of the seats, and
Oh.
some of them shoot like water, and some of them shoot like air at you.
Some of them shoot bullets, so you
Uh,
better hope that you're not in front of that seat.
really, look, there's one seat every showing, okay, and they haven't got me yet.
Yeah, maybe the fourth time you go and see it will be the time that you get got.
Yeah, the 40X experience is great. It's literally a Disney ride,
Yeah.
and it's in 3D as well.
They
And
did have that it was when the first Avatar came out. They had a Disney ride that was an Avatar ride that did something like that. But I've never been able to go on those rides where they like put you in front of the screen because it
oh
makes me
yeah.
get motion sick.
Oh,
So
see,
they're like spraying me with water and I'm spraying everyone in front of me with vomit. So they're like, is that part of the ride? I don't know what's going on.
not my $14 glass of Disneyland wine.
Yeah, right.
God. I recommend it in 3D, just because because it adds a layer to the movie. It's not
Okay.
like in your face 3D, it's like particles and like the way that he spaces the shots. The
Hmm.
3D is absolutely blows my mind.
They filmed a bunch of them, right?
They filmed they filmed like they had to make a new camera. They had to they had to figure out a new way to film those movies to get it all the underwater shots.
Yeah, but they like started filming or he started writing like the next movies and what is
Oh,
going to be a series, right?
yeah, three. So that was two. Three and four are already like rendering and they're releasing over the next 2 years. And then I think there's a possibility for five.
That's interesting, especially like so long after the first one, which did really well. People really liked it. And then there was just this like long pause before,
Yeah,
but it did create, I think, a lot of hype for
it
the second movie.
definitely. I think everyone talks about how it had no cultural impact, and I think it's just because there was no other content for it. It was something new, and it's hard to do a standalone sci-fi universe that does really well and then like spins off into something else and giving it the breathing room.
Mm-hmm.
Something that you don't see with a lot of point looking at you, Marvel. And also doing like a 3 hour film. It gives it breathing room to hit the beats that it needs to hit, and you don't feel rushed through, here's a joke and here's an action sequence and here's two more jokes and here's us, doing some physical comedy.
Yeah, like the Marvel movies where it's just like something really serious is happening and you just have to get out the like the joke line that nobody asked for. The comic relief character just has to say something fucking stupid.
Yep. Yep.
I
Yep.
think one criticism I've seen of the movie is that it's too long, which I think I haven't seen it yet. I think that's always a stupid criticism because like if the movie is good, then yeah, it should be long. Like I just saw it for the first time. I've seen the original Dune because I'm a huge fan of David Lynch,
Oh
and
yeah.
I know that he doesn't want to be associated with that movie, but I wanted to see it anyway. Um, but I just saw the new one and it was great. And at the end of it, I was like, damn it, I can't believe that's it. I would like to see more. And I know they're making more, but I'm like, I want to see it now.
hmm hmm
So like, and I think a series that did a fantastic job at like demanding that they would be making more than one film and filming them all at the same time is the Lord of the Rings uh
Yes.
trilogy, the original one, not the Hobbit series, which is very bad.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
um but like those movies are very long and I only ever watch the extended editions and
Oh
they're
yeah.
all like
I
three
have the
plus hours.
I have the DVDs right here next to me, all three extended editions.
They're so good. I just rewatched them also, but like, and I after just rewatching them like in October or something, they're just definitely my favorite movies. I have a half sleeve of Star Wars tattoos, and my next plan is to do my other arm a half sleeve of Lord of the Rings tattoos.
Oh God,
Um,
yes.
but like those films are long. Like no one can say any different. But the whole time, it's like plot driven. It's very good. It's very true to the books, which I think is an important thing to do if you're going to be adapting a book into a movie, that the content is there. It has a rabid fan base. It's going to eat you alive if you don't do that. But like people are willing to watch long movies. They're willing to watch them all the way through.
Yeah,
So like if you're making like the only thing where it's like if a movie's too long, it means the movie is bad, not that just that it's long.
exactly. Well, which is why, now we have hour-long TV shows because they can release those and feel like they're not just dumping, 100 million dollars of production into a Netflix release.
Mm-hmm. I
Which
mean,
yeah, I
yeah,
I as convenient as like Amazon rentals are, I it feels bad to have to rent movies like one off, like it's still Redbox, but I just click
yeah.
the button. I don't have to drive to Redbox instead of being able to get like, Netflix just gets the deals to stream it to everybody.
Yeah, it's like I'm already paying for the service. I really don't want to have to now pay what $8 to watch a movie over the next 24 hours.
Exactly. Well, and Hulu just hiked their service prices. Like you
Despite
can,
having nothing good.
as long as you can keep it below what it would cost for me to get cable TV, I'll probably still pay it.
Which was the original allure of these streaming services, right? Was that it was like 9.99 a month. You can get all of these movies and shows for free, just or with the service. And it's cheaper than cable, but that is so not the case anymore. Cause it's like if you want to watch, a diverse array of shows, you have to have multiple streaming services, or if like me, I watch a lot of soccer. And if I want to watch Champions League, now I have to get fucking Paramount Plus, which is the worst streaming service, worst design of their app. It takes like 40 minutes to load anything. It fucking sucks.
God.
And I also like, if I want to watch Premier League, I have to have the Fubo from my mom and fight her to get it to play.
Exactly.
And ESPN Plus if I want to watch any of the cup matches. So it's just like I'm paying way more than if I just had fucking cable, but it feels so inaccessible now to like get cable.
Yeah, I'm I desperately want to like feel like I can just pay like pay-per-view for like any like sporting events I want to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And I also watch like strongmen, and I'll watch some of the like Mr. Olympia stuff because
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I got really into bodybuilding. It's been a whole thing now. But for all my movies and stuff, I'm very close to having like a Plex server set up, and I'm about to just be like, all right, we're cutting off the streaming services. If you want it, you gotta pirate it.
Yeah, but my issue is I like to watch it on my TV, and I don't want to have to hook up my laptop via HDMI every time I want to watch something. Um, that I am pirating. I'm finding on 123 movies, or I'm going to like Reddit soccer streams to pull up.
Exactly. See, that's why you build a second like mini PC, and you hook it up to the TV. Look, there's a bunch of
Yeah.
1 liter boxes on sale on eBay. I would know. I have like 8 of them right now. I think we've successfully dunked on Netflix. So,
Yeah. Fuck
uh,
Netflix.
fuck you, Netflix. I can't believe that you gave in that fast. Haha, get wrecked.
Yeah. Got owned by the internet. Suck it.
Netflix is taking the L this week. Ray, thank you so much for sitting down and talking about all the shitty things that people have done with our beautiful TV shows.
Yeah.
What projects are you working on right now? Where can people find you, and what should they be looking for?
Yeah, so I stream most nights, twitch.tv/Rayyvana. Just got an editor who's helping me build up my YouTube channel. So if you look up Rayyvana on YouTube, that should pull my channel up for you. I just got a very nice camera that I'm really excited to start using. So definitely go to my YouTube and be making more content specifically for there. Otherwise, yeah, you can always check out my videos on Rebel HQ on YouTube and Facebook. Please do, because the more views I get, the higher likelihood there is that they hire me full time, and I don't have to worry about getting a fucking job after I graduate in law, where elderly people call me the N-word on the phone. So definitely watch those. Otherwise, you can always get updates on what I'm working on, what I'm doing on Twitter, as well as seeing me, uh, you know, post people's profile pictures back at them after they call me ugly on Twitter at Rayyvana TV. I actually just got the most liked tweet I've ever made, and it was just a picture of Ian Miles Chong's face. And I want to pin it to my profile, but I can't because his face is just so fucking ugly that like it's so like hard to even look at. I don't want anyone coming to my profile and the first thing they see is this man who looks like he snuck onto Earth. So
We gotta do what we gotta do for engagement.
yeah,
So
gotta pump those numbers.
exactly. I will make sure that our account is following you. I am on and off Twitch occasionally. We don't stream anymore. We're actually releasing starting next week. We're starting to release the PDG RPG series. I think we really have caught the tabletop bug,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna start doing that as like our full-time show.
That's
So
awesome.
I'm currently writing some Davin Newsom uh, fiction about fictional Earth, where he leads the Boston Dynamics robot army and the California separationists
Mm-hmm.
to destroy Ohio. So we're
Well,
gonna
I
have
mean,
fun
we
with
should
that.
probably let him just do it. Have you been to Ohio?
I
It's
no,
nothing.
I'm not convinced it exists. I'm pretty sure that's just like we moved. That's where the Bermuda Triangle actually was this whole time.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the worst states, but being right next to Indiana, it has some fierce competition.
If you are interested in the TTRPG stuff, Ray, you then we will definitely have to reach back out to bring you on board for something soon.
Yeah, 100%. I haven't played in so I used to play every week in college. And after I graduated, just sort of fell off, but definitely would love that. Just yeah, for sure. Reach out.
Hell yeah. Well, reach out to Ray, follow her on Twitch, and follow us on, I guess TikTok's our most active platform. God,
Nice. Good for
uh,
you.
it's a blessing and a curse. I get to scroll it all day, and we get to post funny videos, and some of them have started psychoanalyzing me too much. So we gotta limit the time on the old screen there. So,
Yeah.
anyways, we're getting out of here. Y'all have a great week.
Amarillo by morning.